Hey guys, I am back with another top 5 video for you today. And the topic of today's top 5 is top 5 70s horror films. I did put one rule for myself on this one. And because most of the horror films from the 70s I watched as a child. So I decided that anything that I saw as a child would be stricken from the list for consideration. So this is basically the top 5 70s horror films I've seen since I become an adult. Alright, at number 5 we have Alucarda, and this one's a US/Mexican co-production. And from the title you'd think this would be more of a vampire film, but this is basically a demonic nunsploitation film, where Alucarda and her friend, they end up getting possessed by the devil, and they take their, vengeance out on the nuns. The end of this movie is really, really crazy, with lots of exploding nuns and all kinds of crazy stuff. This one's a lot of fun. I think this one's in English, dubbed in English. I don't think there's a Spanish language choice as well. But I watched this one, so it was a lot of fun. Really short movie too, only at 77 minutes or so. Alright, so at number 5 we have Alucarda. Alright, at number 4 we got Who Can Kill a Child. And this is one I wanted to watch for a very, very long time. So I recently sat down and watched it, and I really, really enjoyed this film. Now, this film probably should get more praise in the horror community. I know Children of the Corn is really, really popular, and this film came out, I think, 8 years before Children of the Corn. This is another Spanish film. This one's about this village where all the kids go crazy and they kill pretty much all the adults in the town. And there's a vacationing couple that come to spend the weekend at the town, and by this point all the adults are dead. The plot's very similar in that respect to Children of the Corn, but this one's way cooler. And basically the big thing about this movie is pretty much killing children. And the first child to die is actually probably the cutest child in the movie. This film isn't perfect, but from the time it was made back in '76, it was a pretty big deal. This is a really awesome movie, and also kind of weird and stuff. It's also the longest film of the top 5. So at number 4, Who Can Kill a Child? Alright, at number 3, we have a Hammer film, and it's Vampire Circus. I really, really like this film. This was made at the time where Hammer was struggling to stay relevant. So their big thing was, hey, let's add nudity, and there is a fair bit of nudity in this one. I like the plot of this one too. There was this town that they killed this head vampire, and the town ends up being cursed with this plague. So no one's coming into the town, and people are being killed, and they try to leave the town because they don't want to spread the plague. But this circus comes to town, and it's it's like a breath of fresh air to the villagers. But the circus is filled with vampires, and they're infecting the town and attacking the people. This movie is really, really awesome. Still need to watch the other Hammer films I picked up recently from this era. So at number 3, Vampire Circus. Alright, at number 2, we have The Grapes of Death. This is a John Rowland movie, and this film was another really, really cool one. In this film, the farmers sprayed pesticides on the grapes, and when people drank the wine that was made from those grapes, they kind of go crazy and get deformed and have these lesions that grow on their face within minutes. This one's really, really cool. Really, I like this one. Bridget LaHale is also in this one. This one kind of has feel like The Crazies, like Romero's movie The Crazies. Alright, at number 1, we have a Japanese film, and it's House. This movie is really batshit crazy. This is probably the craziest film in the top 5. This is a haunted house one, and it's about this girl that goes to visit her aunt, and she's got her school friends with her, and there's a lot of crazy stuff in this one. I don't even know, especially for coming out in 1977, the stuff they were doing in this movie were just crazy. A piano eats a girl, and there's limbs flying around. It's just really, really weird. There's also a really odd animated scene in this where the train is driving, going down the tracks going towards the house. Really, really awesome. I really like this film. Alright guys, so that's my top 5. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all next time.